Brought to you by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services, Adopt U.S. Kids, and the Ad Council.
When it comes to parenting, there are no perfect answers. But that's okay, because you don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent. Teens in foster care will love you just the same.
For more information on adoption, visit adoptuskids.org. A message from the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services, Adopt U.S. Kids, and the Ad Council.
Hey, hon, what you doing with your fun?
Do flowers have best friends?
I don't know.
Hey, look.
Whoa.
Some answers can only be found in nature. Discover the unsearchable. Visit discovertheforest.org to find a trail near you. Brought to you by the United States Forest Service and the Ad Council.
In the wake of a disaster, what one thing can you send that will help people the most? A blanket, a tent, a sandbag, a doctor. Actually, if you send a monetary donation, you send all these things. Even a small donation can make a big impact and can quickly become exactly what people affected by disaster need most.
In the wake of a hurricane, your monetary donation can make a huge difference to those in need. To donate, visit supporthurricanerelief.org. That's supporthurricanerelief.org. Brought to you by the Ad Council.
Welcome to Midnight Madness.
I look at Midnight Madness for the novice as the gateway drug to the festival experience.
Midnight Madness, Midnight Madness, Midnight Madness, yeah.
Madness. You're gonna get it, the Midnight Madness. You're gonna get it, the Midnight Madness. You're gonna get it, the Midnight Madness. You're gonna get it.
And now the Midnight Madness Show. Here's your host, the DJ Doctor.
Well, hello everybody. This is Mark the DJ Doctor coming to you from another Midnight Madness Show in beautiful downtown Manchester. First of all, we want to just say our hearts and prayers go out to all the people that was in Nashville and the surrounding counties last night. Horrific tornado. Last count, 25 lives were lost, and our hearts and souls go to all of our family and friends that are involved in all that. So keep them in your hearts and prayers tonight, guys. So other than that, I just want to say hey to the Hillbilly Heartthrob. He's got his hat on that he gets in trouble for every time he wears it.
I like it that way.
I think it's a great hat. It's a nice hat. Wear it.
I do like your Greenwood hat, too.
I have the Lee Gibson hat on, and I want to thank it. It was a gift, and I want to thank it. You can go to LeeGibsonMusic.com and buy any of Lee Gibson's merchandise. He's got a boatload of cool stuff on there, but I got a mossy oak cap that has Lee Gibson's name right on the front of it.
That's awesome.
I'm wearing it with pride. I'm a Lee Gibson fan anyways. He's a phenomenal artist. He was our guest last week. If you get a chance, check that out. And go see Lee live. It looks like he's going to be at the Lynchburg Music Fest again, so we're pretty tickled to death about that. So we have the Velvet One just snuck in.
You're going to speak?
She says no, she doesn't want to speak. She's manning our Facebook camera today, so we want to say hey to Chris at heatfmradio.com out there in New York. Thank you, Chris. We want to say hey to Lisa T at Alabama Jams in Florence and Muscle Shoals, Alabama. Man, we are getting pounded with people already on the stations because they know who our guest is tonight.
Yes.
We teased this. This has been a trailer for a long time, but before we get to the guest, we got to talk to the one and the only, Brian, the IT guru from Pulaski. How you doing, Brian?
I'm doing good.
He wasn't doing good a few minutes ago off air. Computer issues. Again, you're only as good as your internet, and we got great internet. Just sometimes computers tend to do what they do.
That neighbors that seem to don't know how to drive a truck takes them 20 minutes to get out of the driveway.
That's a long driveway.
Yeah, well, very long one.
It's a big
You
driveway.
would think.
So if you're the neighbor to Brian, and we'll give you the address here in just a little bit. Just put a muffler on your vehicle. So, all right. let's get to the mainstay of the show tonight, the reason we're all here. Jason, who is our guest tonight?
The wonderful, talented Miss Melissa Alesi.
Miss Alesi?
Hello, guys. How are you?
How you doing, Melissa?
Well, thank you for having me tonight.
Well, we're so glad that you were back. It's been a while since you've been on the show.
Yeah.
You have any idea how long ago it's been? Because I can't keep track of dates anymore.
I'm going to say at least a year.
It's a year. She was here for the week of my birthday.
That's right. You were co-hosting the show with me as we were grilling Jason.
Feels like just a few short months.
Yeah.
See, I've been way off, man. I'd say, oh, we just had you on. People going, yeah, like a year ago Christmas. Really? So I lost track. There's so many things going on. I've totally lost track. But you're right. She was here grilling you for your show, which you're on next week or the week after?
I'm on. I had moved myself because of supposed to be in Chicago. So I am the third week.
That's right. You're the third week. Well, if we get Melissa free in time, we'd put her back in the chair. She could grill you with us. That was a fun show.
You let me know. I'll clear my schedule.
2 weeks from tonight.
Right.
2 weeks from tonight.
Right.
If you can make it, we'd love to have you. So we have Melissa with us tonight. She'd been with us. I don't know how many times you've been on the show. About once a year. So probably 3 or 4 years maybe we had you. So one of our favorites. And we shouldn't say that on the air, but I say it all the time. She's one of our favorites.
The week of the 24th is my week.
Okay. So we'll get Melissa on that week's show.
Which is not our favorite.
Who's not our favorite. But Melissa, we're going to have you do a song real quick, and then let's find out what you've been up to for the last year. I've seen you've been very, very busy, and we want to get caught up.
I can't wait to talk about it.
All right.
Doing some new stuff here.
Yeah, because the last time we talked, there was stuff you couldn't talk about. You were kind of had some things kind of going on.
Some things, and
So we'll see if we can talk open about some other stuff then tonight.
Yes, totally.
All right. All set for you whenever you want to play.
All right. I'm going to start with a song called Make You Proud. I co-wrote this with my friend John Kevin, and I do not have any children. He has a son and a daughter, but I came to him with this idea of a song about, son, I want to make you proud, just like on the day of your child's birth, but what that feeling might be like. And he helped with the lyrics, so hope you all enjoy it.
Okay.
Red building in a birthing room, came out shouting out a league too soon. Sang to you as you cried out loud, son, I'm gonna make you proud. Sorry to leave you, but the morning's here. So many minutes in a long career. Gotta go singing to a brand new crowd. Son, I'm gonna make you proud. Something's happening, you don't know why. Children are depending on you all the time. And I've had years to figure how. Son, I'm gonna make you proud. Ooh. you something that'll make you smile. Picture me wanna laugh out loud. Son, I'm gonna make you proud. Later when you think about us here and now. Son, I'm gonna make you proud.
Aw, thank you.
The Velvet one, that's her favorite new song.
Absolutely beautiful.
Now, is that anywhere on anything we can purchase yet, or is that something?
Not yet.
Not yet.
Not yet.
So that was a teaser. Going to put that on EP down the road or something?
Yeah, for sure.
Excellent,
And
excellent.
that was inspired by Brandy Carlisle's The Eye and the harmonies in that. That section of ooh, I just wanted something like really lush harmonies, 3-4 parts, and it was inspired by Brandy Carlisle, so I definitely want to throw that out there. She's an amazing singer-songwriter and an amazing musician and very influential.
We just saw her, I believe, at last year's Bonnaroo, I think. I think it was last year's Bonnaroo she was there. So we got to see her live. We've done so many festivals, but I believe it was the Bonnaroo that she was at. So, and again, Bonnaroo's coming around the corner. People, if you don't have your tickets, you better get them. Some of the level tickets have already sold out. So, great show coming up. Tool. I would just want to see Tool. Tool. I could hang with Tool all day.
I saw them at Bonnaroo in 2007.
Did you really?
Yes.
I've never saw them, so I'm excited to see Tool.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. Well, they've got one of the best drummers on the planet. So for me, no one else could show up. Just Danny Carey could play, and I just sit and watch him all day. Yeah. And they're doing a Neil Peart tribute
really?
song. Yeah.
Cool.
So, in honor of Neil. So one of my favorite drummers of all time. So back to Melissa. Kind of tell people, because or every time we meet you, we've grown again. We've got new listeners. We've got a lot of new people out there. Where's home originally?
Originally, home is Delaware.
Mm-hmm.
And I moved to Nashville a little over 3 years now.
And
loving it.
Did we meet you at the TSAI show at Opry Mills? Is that where we met?
Yes.
I think so. And then you were at Belcourt Tap several times with Russ Lacoste and his friends. Good show. Every time we see you, you have grown a little bit more.
Aww.
Grown a little bit more. Your arrangements of your guitar playing is changed from the first show. You're just a little different. It's always good. You're going the right direction, but you just show that you're growing as a musician, as an artist.
Thank you.
So it's always fun to have you on, because you're like, what's the next? Because it's not the same show as was 3 years ago. Some people, it has a tendency, every song still sounds the same like they did 3 years ago, but not with you. I have no idea what
to say.
I don't know what Brian did. You know what I'm trying to say, Jason. Brian posted a note, and I had no idea what he just said, so I'm sorry.
That's all right. I took care of it.
Okay. It must be a technical thing he was trying to fix. So we're glad you made it. I was worried about you, getting down here, because you live in Nashville.
Yeah.
And again, they had that horrific tornado last night. You were just a little south or west of it, or a little bit.
Yeah, I was about 10 minutes from where a lot of the damage happened. So it was crazy. I slept through the whole thing.
Yeah. Well, it was going away from you soon.
Yeah.
Yeah, but we're hearing, though, a lot of
grateful to have missed that, and sending prayers and thoughts out to those that were affected.
Yeah.
And yeah.
But I think what's pretty cool is, in anything that's tragic like that, you see how the community and how the Tennessee people are pulling together, neighbors upon neighbors, helping each other. Now, your cousin was involved in that, right, Jason?
His house completely collapsed, and him and his 2 kids and his girlfriend were inside when it happened. The neighbors came, and they dug him out. Took him a couple hours, but they got him out.
See,
and they walked away.
Helping each other. Horrific stories, though, again, keep people, in your hearts and prayers. And, of course, this happened directly to us in Middle Tennessee, and things like this happen all over the country that we might not hear about. But all I know is I want to say thank you to all the people. And I've had people from Alabama. We've had people calling from California at 5 o'clock in the morning, calling from California, wanting to know if we're all right. We're waking up going, yeah, is this a thunderstorm? Well, we had no idea. We were an hour
Right.
south of where all the mayhem was going on. But I've had people since teaching drums today from Ohio, Wisconsin, all texting, making sure we're okay down here.
My phone lit up with Michigan people
Yeah.
right away.
So thank
people
you
I went
all.
to school with, you know. all-
Thank you all you that actually cared that we were
Yeah.
still on the planet. So thank you.
Real quick, we want to throw prayers out there for Andy's father.
Yes.
He passed away.
Andy's dad had a stroke a couple of weeks ago, and he passed away yesterday. Yesterday. So, Andy, your thoughts and prayers are with us, and I know because I just went through it a couple of years ago. So, anything you need, buddy, we're here. All right. So, Melissa, she made it through the storm last night. You got down there. I was afraid traffic-wise and things being blocked off, you might have a hard time getting here, but
This is the easiest trip so far.
really?
Yes.
Because nobody's on the streets.
Right.
Yeah. So, she braved that to get down here to the Midnight Madness show, so thank you.
Apparently everybody's in Philadelphia. I talked to my friend Nisi, who's up there right now trying to get back to Nashville and see what's up on her property, what happened to her place, and everybody is in Philadelphia trying to get back to Nashville. So safe
That could be a
travels to all the
saving
people
grace,
that
though.
are trying to get back to Nashville.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, hit us with another tune. Let's find out what else is in the tackle box you like to show.
All right. This one's called Space and Time.
Send me a letter, babe. Put it in a glass bottle overseas. I'll pick it up on the other side. If you forget to, babe, I'll never let you let it go. 'Cause I know I'm really gonna miss you. I'm probably overestimating a little space and time. 'Cause when you're here, it's worth the waiting. So I don't mind. Tell me your secrets, baby. Put 'em in a raindrop, set it free. It'll get to me. Under the midnight sky, I see an angel fly. It's your love shining down on me. I think we're probably overestimating a little space and time. 'Cause when you're here, it's worth the waiting. So I don't mind. Ooh, I'm never gonna let you go. 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 I think we're probably overestimating a little space and time. 'Cause when you're here, it's worth the waiting. So I don't mind. Send me a letter, babe. Put it in a glass bottle overseas. I'll pick it up on the other side. Thank you.
Beautiful.
Thank you, thank you, thank you.
The thing with Melissa, and again, we probably say this, it's probably redundant. You could probably go back to our last shows we've done with her. It's effortless for her, and it all, you can see the feeling. You can feel the song. You played us a song on your iPhone, And I right off the bat, I'm like, you could just feel the soul coming from the music. That's something we've always got from you. Again, the first time I saw you, we were playing at Opry Mills Mall. You're playing in a place that echoes extremely bad. The sound, they do the best they can there, but it's in the middle of a shopping mall. Mm-hmm. And you're up there killing it. I'm going like, if she sounds that good in a shopping mall, imagine what she's like being in a recorded situation or in a listening room. And you've proved that. You know, it's all from the heart and soul. And I want to say thank you because we're not listening to you, we're feeling your music. And that's why when Rebecca said, that's my new favorite song, because you felt the song. That's what this is supposed to be about.
Totally.
And you bring it. You bring it every single time we see you. Now you've got a little new flair with your guitar playing that you're a little different. You might not notice it, but it's a little different than in the past when we watched you. Your harmony is a little bit different. It's all going the right direction. So, and I like it because you're you. You're not anybody else in Nashville. There's no one else like you.
One of the things that, like, when I first got here and saw everybody killing it, just so many amazing musicians in Nashville, it's like, okay, how can I celebrate me? And just that's been part of my process right now and ongoing is like, who am I? And how do I emote that? And it's always a process. It's always a journey, and it's a very exciting journey to observe and to be a part of.
Well, you haven't been here for almost a year to the week, actually. You had a lot of stuff going on. You're in Ocean City, Maryland. Tell us kind of what the year has been for you. What have you gone through? What do you do?
Well, I have taken a few trips to the East Coast to do some gigs in that area. Those are a lot of, like, I play a little bit of originals up there, but mostly like cover stuff at the beach area.
Which is hard for someone like you who loves original music.
Yeah. But, you know, you come to Nashville and people appreciate original music, and then everywhere else you step outside of Nashville and it's not the case. So you just have to embrace that and be happy to be playing music for... I do, yes. I do throw some originals in there. And I test it sometimes. Sometimes I'll announce that it's an original, and then other times I won't until afterwards, just to see, like, where the people are at.
And do you get any kind of... Do people notice that?
I think that when you tell people beforehand that it's an original song, they tune out immediately.
Isn't that
They're
crazy?
like, oh, this is not going to be good. But...
this is not going to be good.
If I wait till the end and just kind of see what they're feeling, I usually get more of a reaction if I don't say something beforehand.
Yeah.
And then people are like, you should tell us before it's an original song. So
no,
I don't know. I don't really know what to do. I just play with it. I have fun and just go with whatever I feel like playing.
Just play it. You go, if you like that, it's on iTunes or something.
Yeah.
See, as a songwriter, though, personally, if I'm out watching somebody and they're just doing covers, then they announce that they're going to do an original, I usually pay more attention to the original than I do the covers.
Well, that's because you're a musician, though.
Right.
The lay people that are out there that just want to be entertained. Hey, can you play Sweet Home Alabama?
They want to sing along. They want to sing.
They want to do something. They want to dance to
recognize.
it.
It's just like the bar gigs we did was all the same thing. You had to play the stuff that they want to hear to get up and dance and sing along.
Right. But we sprinkled through you, I don't know, maybe 3 or 4 of your originals out there. Of course, we got throwed rotten eggs at, but
most of the time, yeah.
At least they hit you.
They always wanted to see me dance, so I had to.
Oh man, no, they didn't. And especially me, who was watching you from behind, did not want to see you dance whatsoever from the drum set. It's just bad.
So
see,
much
nothing's
love
changed.
in here.
Yes, nothing's changed here, Melissa. We're still the same grouchy people over here.
All this and brains too.
Yeah, brains. Yeah. I love it when we get Brian chuckling. That's the best part of the show. You're going back into the studio to do an EP. Is that going to be soon, or because like that first song, I need to have that. We need to have that on the radio.
That is not recorded. That might be something that I do on my own, like we were discussing.
Like we were
before.
talking about off air.
Yeah.
Another teaser. We can't tell you,
Yeah.
folks. Just stay tuned to give us your Facebook and your website so they can watch for this new teaser stuff we talk about.
Well, I do have 5 or 6 songs ready to be released. I made music videos for them all this past year. I've been just trying to line up my content so I can boom, 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 release it, you know?
Any idea when that'll be released?
I would say the first song is going to be out in the next month or 2.
Okay.
Now, I have to admit, I just recently found out she has a YouTube channel. It didn't take me long to subscribe to it so I could watch the previous videos she already had.
Can you tell us a little bit about the mishap of the one video you did? Because it was one of those oh no moments. I gasped because I went through what you did like 2 years before that.
Mm-hmm.
Not in the same area, but I felt for you really, really bad.
Well, the song that I just played, Space and Time, is a video for that.
Mm-hmm.
And Mark and I from Brave Enough Productions went out to the lake, and I had this really nice sequin gown on, and he said, okay, just lay down in that tree that was like overhanging over the lake. And I was like, okay, let's just check for poison ivy because I'm really allergic. So both of us did a scan. We didn't see anything. I'm laying in this tree for like an hour thinking like, okay, cool. That was a really fun shoot. And 24 hours on the dot, the following evening, I got home, put my pajamas on, and I just got this overwhelming feeling of, uh-oh. And my whole back started to burn and itch, and I pulled my shirt up and asked my roommate, I was like, how's this look? Does this look weird? And he said, it's not looking good. So I had these little black marks that looked like worms, and I started to get really freaked out. Come to find out, it was in those areas, such concentrated, such a high concentration of the oil that was touching my skin. I guess I was laying on a vine. There was no leaves, but the vine still has oil on it.
Oh, yeah.
And I went up, I got a steroid shot the next morning, and the doctor was like, this is the worst case I've ever seen. Like, my entire back was covered. It spread for almost a week. Yeah, it was awful. I had studio time booked. I had to cancel that in North Carolina. I was in bed literally for a week, just covered.
Poison oak? Was it poison oak? Poison sumac?
I
was
can't
poison
say
something.
for certain which poison plant it was, but I was out.
I had poison oak. I had poison oak, and it did me in for about 10 days.
I can see you in a sequin down getting that poison oak.
What's wrong
You
with
said it
you?
happened to you 2 years earlier. So.
What's wrong with you? No, being from Wisconsin, growing up, a lot of woods, a lot of trees. We went hunting, fishing. And back then, cut off jeans and flip-flops, no shirt. You run through the woods. Poison oak, poison ivy, no big deal. Never had a problem. Never had a problem with any of that. 4 years ago or so, I am trimming vines at my dad's house. And from the elbows down and from the knees down, I got severe breakout. And like the next day, it was all broke out. And I was at my guitar shop, and a guy walked in who was a customer of ours who was a doctor. Said, "Oh, when did you get into the poison oak?" And I'm like, "Oh my God, is this what that is?" I said, "I didn't see anything that looked like poison oak." He goes, "Well, it's a vine, right? You know, it's poison oak's a vine." And we're like, "I just trimmed a whole bunch of vines down to my dad's house." He goes, "Don't burn it. Don't burn it." I'm like, "Okay, I'm not." But I was covered for 10 days. I went through, I can't remember what you had. We had to put that cream on and Benadryl. That was rough. And I felt bad for you when you were talking about that because I just went through it like a year before you did,
It's
2 years
brutal.
before you did. It was rough.
You know what we found that worked the very best is oh man, I'm drawing alcohol. Yeah. Bentonite clay mask. Have you heard of that for your face? The clay this particular bentonite clay mask, when you put it on your face, it tightens as it dries. And it did the same thing on the poison ivy, and I was very hesitant. My friend Marianne kept saying, "Let me just try it. Let's just try it once. Let's just try it." And I was afraid that it would be so painful, and it definitely was. I was screaming in the shower, washing it off. But the next morning, it had dried it out so much, I went back over to her house, and I was like, paint me down again. I need it one more time.
Wow.
And that helped. It dried it out so quickly.
Well, there you go.
I think we should do another song.
Yeah, that was like our doctor hour there for a minute.
Yeah, I think so.
So if you get poison oak or ivy, contact Melissa Alesi.
Bentonite clay mask. Just go get yourself some.
See, you should be sponsored by them guys. Yeah. Gibson guitars. In your case, Guild guitars, and that stuff. Whatever she just said, because I can't repeat it.
Bentonite clay mask.
There you go.
Yes.
Well, you need to write a song about that, and that'd be their jingle.
I will. I love writing jingles.
There you go. What do you want to play for us next?
I'm going to play I Can't Breathe, which may or may not be the first single.
Okay. May or may not.
May or may not. Yeah.
Stay tuned to, what's your website?
MelissaAlesi.com.
Okay.
Alesi with one S. Alesi.
Okay.
Not like the spice company. But I'm sure we're related in somewhere. down the
Somewhere.
line. Yeah.
So check it out on her website. You may or may not have this as your first release.
Yeah.
A lot of teasers on the show tonight. I like that.
I can't breathe when you're talking to somebody, but you're looking at me. Giving it back to me. Yeah. Oh, hey there, hey there. Heartbeat erase every time I see your face. Looking from across the room, is anybody here with you? Only you make me feel the way I do. Yeah, every time you walk my way, I hope you come here to say I can't breathe when you're talking to somebody, but you're looking at me, baby. You're giving it back to me, baby. Now please, come on over to me. Separated, I can only hold you. Make it all the way to me. I'll never see you again if I leave. I don't need your candy or your flowers. I just wanna talk to you for hours in harmony. You and me. I can't breathe when you're talking to somebody, but you're looking at me, babe. You're giving it back to me, baby. Now please, come on over to me and say, ooh, say, baby, we can sail across the seasons. I will get to find out all the reasons why you're mine. Baby, take it deep into the ocean. I will never get through all the waters in your eyes. Ooh.
you.
Fantastic. That's fantastic.
Thank you.
So clean. The vocals are so clean and clear. I like the way you've got a decent range. Do you know how many octaves your voice goes? Do you know? Because you go low, but you can hit those high notes too.
I have 3 octaves and I can hit 4. I have a little bit over 4 C's.
Really?
So the 3 octaves in between those, and then a little bit more.
Yeah, I have like 2 notes. I can hit 2 notes. Yeah, and I think they're both bad. So I don't want to do any of that for you. Yeah, if I stub my toe, that's usually the best note because it comes from the heart.
Yeah,
at that point.
Yeah, you mean it.
Yeah, everybody in the room knows I'm feeling it. So we're talking about your original stuff, but I do have to throw out, you do a cover of, now don't get me wrong, the best band in the world, in my opinion, is the Beatles. But if you want to say the best rock band, where they're just a rock band, you do the best rock band cover I've ever heard, which was, well, Ann and Nancy Wilson did a pretty good job on one too, but you do Ramble On by Led Zeppelin in your own way, and you made it your own. Absolutely love that. I'd love to have a copy of you just playing that, and I think I probably do. I think we got you playing it at the Grinder House when I couldn't hear you because I had double ear infection. But I believe when you're playing the Grinder House, you played that up there, and I just, with double ear infection, I'm like, oh, dang, what a great job.
Would you want to bring your son in to play bass, and you can play either, we'll set it up here, we can either do a drum set or like some percussion?
We could probably do something like that. We can do that because he loves that. He's a bass player, and he loves John Paul Jones, so that opening riff of that. And you do it still in the same style, but you just do it Melissa's way. Mm-hmm. And I love that because don't change. You are who you are. Nashville has no idea what to do with you. I said that the last time we talked about you. They have no idea. They're like, oh, she's not country, she's not rock, she's not blues. Now what? Now what do we do? Someday they'll figure it out, and then everybody will want to play like you. Everyone will want to sound the next.
She's going to start her own genre.
You're the next Jewel. You're the next Alanis Morris.
Yeah.
No one played like them before. They were their own thing. And I think you're in that same kind of mold. Don't change.
We need like a 90s revival, like a 90s ladies revival. That was when I feel like, for me at least, what I know in my life, and I love the classic stuff, but like growing up, that was when music was individual. It was very unique. It was from the heart. It wasn't this like sterile.
Can you see a show with her, Neilani Rothrock? Maybe like a Rachel Lipsky.
Oh, yeah.
Can you see those three together?
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Neilani, her, and Rachel. Throw in Allie Colleen. And
yeah, hell of a show.
Monster show. We need to put that together. We need to sell tickets. That's something, you don't get that show for free, kids. You have to buy tickets for that. We need to put that together because those.
You'd have to buy tickets for that.
I would have to buy tickets for that. That's a show. There's a venue somewhere in Nashville that needs to put that on. But
even if we put it on, we'd have to buy our own tickets to get there.
Meg Williams is another one that could fit right in there.
You don't get those perks?
Probably not.
What's that?
You get in for free if you put the show together. Right.
Yeah. No. If we somehow always don't figure that part out. We put it together and we still got to buy tickets. But we need to do that show. I could probably get them at the Park Theater. If Kevin is watching, that'd be a monster show.
That would be absolutely.
Monster show.
Absolutely.
So we'll work on that because the ones we mentioned are all unique. It'd be 4 or 5 girls singing that are totally different from each other. That's what we like about you guys. That's why you're right up there in that mold with us. So we're running out of time, so let's hit another song. Can we do 2? Can we get? We got enough for 2 songs. So
should I do Brown Bottle Fever?
Sure.
Which one?
The one her and I wrote.
Oh my God, the one that Heavenly Heartthrob his head's gonna swell the rest of the night because of this.
I put this little video together, just thinking like, oh, maybe I'll just put some demos out there for fun, and I'll make it to animal videos, just like weird, fun animal video, random stuff. But I think it really confused people because I don't usually do that, and people are like, "What is happening?"
I hadn't quite figured out what the hedgehog had to do with the beer, but
yeah, that was my little buddy Antoine.
But you worry me when you co-write with Jason. You know that.
This was her idea.
You
I
worry
got a
me when you're...
$371 ticket on the way home from that co-write.
That's right.
That was awesome. Yeah.
Oh, my.
You're welcome, Tennessee.
Yeah. Wow. And they fixed that pothole with that money you spent, right?
Yes, I'm sure they did.
I'm sure they did.
The one that I popped my tire in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All those on 440?
Yeah, all of them. They fixed all of them.
Now let's hear this jingle of a tune, boy. I can't wait. Jason co-wrote with it.
Okay, this also has a little backstory. My dad, a few years ago, said, you should write a song called Brown Bottle Fever. And I was like, okay, cool. That's a cool title. Didn't really think anything of it. It just, like, went in the depths of the catalog in my brain.
Mm-hmm.
And then a couple years later, he was like, hey, did you write that song called Brown Bottle Fever? And I was like, no, I wasn't sure if you were serious, that you really wanted me to write that song. So Jason was the first person I thought of to write this song.
Of course he would. Of course he would.
So here it is. Got a brown bottle fever since you walked out the door. You put a smile on my face to see you drive away. I hope I don't see you no more. It's not like this on a regular weekday. I don't hide it when you go away. I like all your friends, I wish you lived with them, so I can get drunk every day. I got a brown bottle fever, drinking from midnight till dawn. No nagging out here as I open my beer. It's peaceful since you've been gone. Come Monday, you'll take away all my fun. I like drinking, but you don't like me when I'm drunk. Please stay away just one more day. When you come home, life really sucks. Do the yard work, walk the dog, change the oil in the car, wash the dishes, fix the sink, take a shower 'cause I stink. I cook dinner for you too. Tell me, what do you do? The list, it never ends. Go live with your friends. I got a brown bottle fever since I've been sleeping alone. When I start to drinking, yeah, I get to thinking, without you this house feels like home. I got a brown bottle fever.
Did you write the stinking part in there, Jason? Was that your line?
Actually, no.
No? Oh, wow.
Which one?
I think he wrote I.
That's it.
That's it. Boy, he's going to make the big money on that one, ain't he? Totally different.
Totally different.
Yeah, totally different. Kind of went semi-country on us there a little bit.
Yeah.
Now, have you played that for your dad yet?
Yes, I have shared it with my dad. He loves it. My uncle loves it. Everybody I share it with loves that song.
Well, good.
I've done it live a couple times at the Smokehouse, and they've seemed to enjoy it there, too.
Yeah, but that's after you play She Does, so they're going to like anything else after that. Have you heard She Does? Have you heard his song She Does?
Yeah.
Okay. That actually is a clever one, I have to say. Now, didn't Andy write that with you? You and Andy? It's a pretty clever tune. My son Adam's never heard that song, so we got to get that so he can hear it. Pretty clever. All right, we're down to the final hour here. Kind of give us a synopsis of what's going to go on here in the near future with you, where you're going to, venues you might be playing.
Well, I'm definitely going to release some music here, a lot in the next few months.
Can't wait.
I have also, one thing I was in the works, just have started teaching yoga for musicians. I've learned so much about my own body and through pain, of course.
Through pain.
Yeah, experiencing physical pain from playing the guitar so much. And I've always been very active and physically fit, but that didn't matter. Even, it doesn't matter how fit you are if you're not mindful and aware of what you're doing and how it affects your body.
Mm-hmm.
I've been really thinking about joining her for one of those, but I wouldn't look good in those yoga pants.
You should come on by, Jason. Everybody else is wearing them.
If you're in yoga pants, I'm out. I'll take the next class. Oh, my.
So, yeah, I've been teaching yoga for musicians on Wednesdays at Yoga Soul right in Nashville. And that's going to be eventually, I would like to turn it into a book.
Okay.
For musicians to reference and a YouTube channel. I'm like doing all the prep work for that type of stuff right now.
You're just a busy young lady.
Lots of goals and things that I want to do. It's just finding the time and balance.
So people need to purchase your music. So you got stuff available already that they can buy?
I do have 3 albums on iTunes and Spotify, my website. You can go to my website for everything. That is a good home base. It's melissaalesi.com, Alesi with 1 S, Alesi.
Okay.
And you can find my social media, my Facebook, Instagram, my all music from the past that I've released. And yeah, that's a good place to
you
start.
You and I still need to work on our Instagram. You got like massive Instagram followers, and do you have better luck with Instagram than anything else with social media?
I personally like being on Instagram more, but I find that Facebook is just as effective or more effective for marketing.
Okay.
So
I'm in charge of our Instagram. Brian does our Twitter. And we all kind of jump in on doing our Facebook thing, but I am terrible at Instagram. And like you and Dallas Remington are like, and Jess Maples are like serious Instagrammers out there. I look at your Instagram stuff and I'm like, dang, look at that, man. She's got a ton of people.
I'm learning so much about it. It is a beast of its own, social media, and there's a lot of ins and outs that I've been learning on, like for marketing and things that you wouldn't even think of. So if you have any questions, I would love to talk about that with you.
I do. We need to make some time when you're not performing.
I do.
What's that, Brian?
I do.
We need to take a class, as long as I don't have to wear yoga pants.
Yeah, thank God. I don't want to see that either. I do, real quick, Russ Lacoste wanted me to say hi to Melissa.
Oh, hi, Russ.
Hey, Russ.
I miss you, buddy.
I was supposed to be at Russ's show on Saturday, and I was doing one more load of laundry before I went, and the whole laundry machine, the washer machine, just let go. I don't know if it was a hose or what, but I flooded my garage with all my stuff in it. So, and I'm mopping with like a Q-tip, which is if you know me and my Irish happiness, the Q-tip / mop is laying in the middle of the carport right now. So it didn't make it, so I didn't get to go see Russ. I was going to go to his show. So I apologize, Russ. So we got time for one more song, Melissa. Why don't you go ahead and tell us a little bit about it, and then we'll have to call it a night.
All right. This tune is called Social Status. I wrote this with Dale Allen from TSAI.
Oh, yeah, I know Dale.
And this song was inspired by online dating, the dating apps and stuff. And Dale and I had a co-write scheduled, and I had been on dating apps for about 4 months at the time, and I was super fed up with it all. So I arrived at his house, and I was like, I really want to write a song about how stupid online dating is, and it's just not working for me. And just the main message is that, like, we're not connected anymore. We're trying to connect through computers and these apps, and not connected as people, as beings. And that's just what this is about. You can pretend whoever you want to be online, and then you're totally different in person. And I think we just need to get back to one-on-one, meeting people on the street, creating relationships.
I agree.
This is called Social Status.
Ethereal, you and me, ideas of what we could be. I'm not sure if you're the one. Let's have a drink, it could be fun. I need to look into your eyes and feel them looking into mine. Your profile is wonderful, but what's behind your walls? Social status, the media's betrayal of the baddest. Mother in the room, but he's the saddest of us all. We are lost, looking for connections in our apps, and we think we're in the moment, but we're absent. It's a madness. Cyberspace, online shopping for a date. Just 2 seconds all you get, and then you move on to the next. A picture's worth 1,000 words. They're quickly seen, but I never heard. Your profile is wonderful, but what's behind your walls? Social status, the media's betrayal of the baddest. Mother in the room, but he's the saddest of us all. We are lost, looking for connections in our apps, and we think we're in the moment, but we're absent. It's a madness. Putting all your happiness in lies, ooh, finding all your confidence in swipes. Your profile is wonderful, but what's behind your walls? Ooh, what's behind your walls? A social status, the media's betrayal of the baddest. Mother in the room, but he's the saddest of us all. We are lost, looking for connections in our apps, and we think we're in the moment, but we're absent. It's a madness. Ooh, ooh. It's a madness. We are lost, looking for connections in our apps, and we think we're in the moment, but we're absent. It's a madness.
Melissa Alesi is here with us tonight.
It's no brown bottle fever, but it's great.
Thank you, guys.
With you, social dating is with the brown bottle. But anyways.
I did have, well, I guess I got that song out of it. You know, Dale and I wrote that song. Also, I booked a gig on Tinder one time.
Really?
Yeah. So, yay.
Yay.
I didn't either. And I just started talking with this guy, and he was like, what do you do? And I said, I'm a musician. He said, oh, hey, we're looking to book some live music. So I never went out on a date with him, but, you know.
You got a gig.
I got a gig out of it. Yeah.
Excellent. Well, we hate to say goodbye already. 55 minutes to an hour, just way too short for these kind of shows. And again, I'm going to tell you, it's one of our very favorites of all time. And if you think that's cruel, then just get better. Step up. Step your game up. But Melissa's been part of the family now 4 years probably. I think you said you've been in Nashville about three.
A little over three and a half.
So I think we met you pretty early on. So been part of the family ever since.
And she still hasn't run.
And she hasn't ran far yet. So we just think the world of her. So check her out, melissalesi.com. All of her social media's on there. Buy her past stuff. She's got teaser stuff coming out here in a month or two. We definitely will get on the station also. But go see her live. She's energetic. She's fun to hang around, but you'll feel her music. You won't listen to it. You'll feel her music. So go check her out live and buy her stuff. And if you're gutsy, you musicians out there, if you want to get in some yoga pants, go do some yoga with her.
Yeah.
That's kind of wild. And you can find out all that information also on your website about when and where you meet for yoga.
And my social media and stuff is a good place to follow me for yoga classes as well.
There you go. Yeah. So with that, we have the wonderful Miss Melissa Alesi here with us tonight. I'm going to have to say goodnight. So for Lisa T at alabamajams.com, thank you. Chris at heatfmradio.com out there in New York, thank you so much. Brian, the IT guru genius who produces the show. And we need to chat because we got a bunch of stuff going on, Brian, and need to chat with you about. So I don't know if you're available after the second show tonight, but you and I need to chat. For the Velvet one who's in here manning the Facebook Live, Miss Rebecca, thank you. You and your criminal hat. Boy, I just can't believe you still wear that hat out in public. Thank God you do. I'm glad you do. The one and only, the Hillbilly Heartthrob with this MAGA hat. I am Mark, your DJ Doctor. With that, we want to say thank you, and y'all have a great night.